Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We really appreciate your participation in our fourth Moledao Demo Day event. I'm Aris from Moledao, and I'm very honored to be your host for this event. For project groups, please find a seat at below in the red areas, and for judges, please sit it at the yellow seat in front. And the space we choose to hold this Demo Day event is called Gather Town, which is a metaverse-like virtual space that can facilitate the interactions between all the participants. Okay, as the event already started, for those of you who are still working, please find the seat below. Maybe at the front, at the red seat and at the yellow seat for judges. Okay, please sit still. Yeah, so this place we choose to hold this Demo Day event is called Gather Town, which is a metaverse-like virtual space that can facilitate the interaction between all the participants. We also put exclusive booths for project groups and partners participating in our event at the lobby areas. You can step down to the main hall from the main hall during the break time to have a look. This Demo Day event is jointly hosted by Moledao and Web3 Jigs, and we are privileged to have our panel of judges who bring a wealth of expertise and experience to our Demo Day event and the project groups. For our judges, they are Joan, who is a co-founder from YBB Capital, Pan Tao, who is a security researcher at Bilson, Larry, who is the partner at Basic Capital, Noah, who is the managing partner at MT Capital, Frankie, who is the investment manager at CGV, James, who is the investor at Youbi Capital, Wayne, who is the founder and CEO at Crediscent, and Jeffrey, who is a tech lead head at Hashkey Capital, Josta, who is a CTO at Roche Network, and finally we have Norman, who is a security researcher at Scalebit. Please join me in giving a resounding round of applause to all of our distinguished panel of judges. As we navigate through the impressive project demos, our judges will play a pivotal role in evaluating projects and offering invaluable insights. We have received a large number of applications for this Demo Day event. After a strict shortlisting process, 11 outstanding projects have been selected to enter our final day showcase. Allow me to proudly introduce them to you. They are GoSub, Coral Finance, D-App, EastDA, Gaslog R, D-Island, VK Asteroid from Web3 in Tech Lab, Chanting, Joy ID, and Anomi. A big congratulations in entering our grand final. For each project groups, you'll have 8 minutes for presentation and 2 minutes to answer questions from judges. And our judges will perform the scoring and input their comments for each project group. Besides, we are privileged to announce our distinguished sponsors, Bilson and AWS, for this event, endowing prize pools surpassing $10,000 worth for the projects ranked in the top 3 as follows. The leading projects will be conferred the Bilson Choice Award amounting to $5,000, coupled with AWS Choice Award valued at $3,000. The second ranking projects will be granted a Bilson Choice Award of $3,000 in addition of AWS Choice Award worth at $2,000. And the third ranking projects will be recognized with a Bilson Choice Award of $2,000, accompanied by AWS Choice Award also valued at $2,000. And before the start of the events, please allow me to do a brief introduction of our hosts and co-hosts for this event. So Moledao as a host of the event, for those of you who are not very familiar with us, let me do a brief introduction. So Moledao is a Web3 developer community based in Singapore and supported by Bybit. We are a community to connect and develop budding entrepreneurs in the Web3 space, facilitate their collaborative efforts towards building the Web3 ecosystem. And we believe that all the individuals have the right to be empowered and have their potential being realized and maximized. Having a lack of connections should not stop anyone from realizing their aspirations. In doing so, we can benefit the blockchain space. And our mission is to empower those undiscovered talent in the blockchain space to realize their potential and aid in their growth and development in the ecosystem. And to achieve this, we build tools and infrastructures for these individuals to gain access to networks and resources and aid them in building and growing their own projects and ideas. In our platforms, we have 4 pillars: more gather, more starter, more learner, and more career. For the first pillar, more gather, with a joint effort of our co-builders and ecosystem partners, we have successfully held 5 large-scale industry hackathon events, 3 demo day events, and more than 60 online and offline salon events. Besides, we also have 3 public Web3 educational courses, where we invited industry professionals to share their knowledge and thoughts towards the Web3 ecosystems, and to add our community members' growth and their knowledge in the Web3 ecosystem. So the activities from the More Gather and More Learners cover a wide variety of fields, including Web3 infrastructure, DeFi, NFT, GameFi, security, compliance, and DAO organizations, providing community members with opportunities for in-depth knowledge accumulation, resource sharing, and influence building. Besides, we have a More Starter module, where we welcome all the project owners to onboard. On these platforms, projects can gain valuable opportunities to showcase, and others are encouraged to provide a small financial contributions to support the builders for the projects. For those who are interested in onboarding this platform, feel free to contact me and other staff after the event. Moving forward, as Moledao is moving towards an authentic DAO in the near future, we're incorporating many Web3 primitives such as Moledao DID, SBT, and NFT. Priority and whitelist opportunities will be given to our early supporters and partners, so please stay tuned for these initiatives. And back to our Demo Day event, the initiatives of these Demo Day events are an indispensable part of Moledao's communities, as we focus to providing a showcase platforms for projects and investors to connect with them. At the same time, we will integrate the influence of multiple media communities to help projects to attract more capitals and target audience. Participating projects can also refine their project objectives and growth strategies, obtain advice from experts in different fields, and future optimize the development paths for the projects through these opportunities. And next, we'll have our co-host, Web3 Jigs, to give us a brief introduction to their community as well. Okay, so please welcome Fox from Jigs Web3 to give us a brief introduction. Okay, so let me help Jigs Web3 to introduce. They are also developer-based communities in China, and they aim to fostering the collaborations between the developers in the space through deep knowledge articles and other initiatives. Okay, so moving forward, without further ado, we'll start our Demo Day event now. Each project will be given 8 minutes presentations and 2 minutes for judges to ask questions. We'll give a notice when there's only 1 minute left. After each presentation, our judges are reminded of scoring the projects using the judge forms from 5 perspectives. So let's welcome our first project for this Demo Day event, Joy ID Passkey Wallet. Please come to the front stage and start your presentation.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Moledao. This is Saiful from JoyID. Uh, our project is a Web3 wallet, which is targeting the mass adoption future. And we mainly focus on two problems. The first one is the Web3 UX is too complicated to use for the majorities. Uh, and uh, and the second problem is applications are too far from the average people. If you look into the top 100 application in App Store, there are few applications about finance. Most of them are about social, utility, or entertainment. So currently, the applications in crypto world is DeFi, NFT, something like that. So we are targeting to solve these two problems. First part is about our mind-blowing UX. I will give you a short demo. Meanwhile, you can scan this QR code on your cell phone to experience yourself. Okay, I will share my screen. Yeah, this is my cell phone. Hope you can see it. And let's create a new wallet. Less than 10 seconds. Next, press my fingerprint. And again, press my fingerprint. Our algorithm requires two signatures. So that's it. You have created a new Web3 wallet, and it supports compatible chains and Bitcoin in the future and other chains. And also collectibles, receive and send, and yeah, basically, we also support Nostr keys. And uh, your private key is generated and stored in your secure enclave. It supports both Apple, Android, and Windows Mac OS system. And if you lost your phone, you just log in your buy a new phone and log in with your iCloud account or Google account, and you can say this passkey supported, and you can recover your account immediately. Yeah, let's stop the. And, let's continue. Okay. Well, secure because, like I said, the private key is stored in the secure chip. It's on every modern devices, from your cell phones to laptop or desktop. And it's by default, we enable passkey sync, which use Google accounts and iCloud to sync your passkeys. And multiple devices sync. If you have one Windows phone and Windows desktop and one Android phone, they cannot sync with a Google account or iCloud. But you can add more than one devices to one to map to your account. So if you lost one of them, you can recover your account with another device. JoyD is Web3 native. Uh, uh, why? Because firstly, we are smart contract centric. Uh, Everything you are connecting and manage your devices, manage your keys are based on smart contract, not as any centralized parties. And secondly, it's non-custodial. Uh, all your private key, all the shards of your private key are kept in your devices. None of them are kept in some centralized servers. And this is self-sovereign. You can control yourself everything, and it's decentralized. Uh, Even if you cannot access our website or web services, you can still access your account because the private key is just in your device, and the smart contract is there on the blockchain. And we use key derivation technology that enable us to support any chains. So we are chain agnostic. And it's permissionless. You don't need API keys to access our service. You just use us like how you use MetaMask. You needn't to sign contract with us. You just call our API or SDK. You can access with your users' private key and under their authentication. And we're also independent from Web2 services, although we rely on iCloud or Google service to recover your account. But if you connect your account with one more devices, you can get rid of them. And all our services is independent from email account or cell phone account. So that's why we call ours Web3 native. You can use anywhere, including cell phones, desktop, and any browsers, and also used for Web2 login or Web3 wallet or even DWeb connection. We support Nostr. In the future, we will support IPFS and Lightning Network. Here's a simple comparison between ours and MPC and AA 437 solution. MPC is not real decentralized. It's a partial decentralized. Your shard is controlled by centralized services, and they are not free for use. They charge fees for every active users, and they are not migratable. And the AA 437, they didn't really they don't really solve the private key problem. They only solve the private key recovery problem. So you still need a EOA account to combine with AA account. So for every dimension, JoyID is the best choice. And our target is to become the future super app in the Web3 world. For now, the super app, the Web2 super apps, they control all your data, assets, identity in their centralized servers. But in the Web3 world, all your private data, assets, identity are kept in the decentralized services. And the only access method to connect this data is use your private key, and JoyID will be the private key management. And with JoyID, you access all your on-chain or decentralized stuff. Skip this. So our service, this is our technology. We have a dedicated AA account for multiple devices, multiple keys integration and authentication. After that, we have a special technology. We call it signature transform. We can transform the passkey signature into K1 signature, and with this, you can use your passkey signature for Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any chains. And we provide great services like SDKs. And I will show you another demonstration. Yeah. We just released our Telegram SDK for Telegram mini app integration. Telegram mini app is kind of like a 小程序 in WeChat. And you can see here, this is a Telegram mini app, connect the wallet, jump to our wallet web page and confirm immediately. The mini app gets the user's address and some message, fingerprint, and jump back, it gets the signature. So with this SDK, with our services, the dApp developers can simply integrate their dApps with Telegram, with potentially 800 million Telegram users. And yeah, that's it. This is our contact. If you are interested, no matter the investment or collaboration, let's talk together. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks Cypher for the presentations. And now we'll have Joan to ask one questions for the Joy ID team.
Oh, this is Hugh from YBB Capital. I think John is like uncomfortable today, so I just ask a question for him. Uh, does Joy ID support EIP 720, allowing structured data to be presented more clearly during the sign process? Is there anyone can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Do I need to repeat?
Yeah, I think Cypher, you need to step, one more step. Yeah,
How about now? You
yeah,
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We just start our mainnet version in 3 weeks. We have a lot of new features to add. So definitely we will support more standard, but maybe in 1 or 2 months we will support the standard you mentioned. Yeah.
Okay, so and if the browser to log in this like a new wallet or something,
Mm-hmm.
it's like web page shows data is if it's lost will be case to the wallet to be lost.
Mm-hmm. No, of course not, because our private key is not kept in the web browser environment. It's kept in your secure enclave. I think secure enclave is a dedicated chip in your device, including Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. There is a dedicated uh, chip to store this data. It's via the Apple Pay data stored. So if your web page, if you reset your web page storage, your login information will be lost, but you can recover it on your own phone without any third party help. So you can try it yourself. You create one Joy ID account and clear your browser cache and log in with passkey. You will get a list about your Joy ID account. Select one and then you can log in again. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a multi-security for my own creation accounts, and another is from my like
Mm-hmm.
maybe my like single phones sign,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's my question.
Okay.
Okay, thanks Hugh from YBB Capital to raise the questions, and also thanks Cypher for these great presentations. And in the meanwhile, for our judges, please find the judging forms in the Telegram group to perform the scorings. And thanks for your cooperations. And now welcome the next project group, the Astor from the Web3 in Tech Lab to perform the presentation.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Let me second share the presentation. Everyone can see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me do a brief introduction first. So, hello everyone, and I started to introduce you to the revolutionary project, the Ashura platform, brought to you by Western Tech Lab, and I am Stanley, and join me are the brilliant mind behind this endeavor. Stanley will work with me and the CTO of the company, and Eddie Xu, who is the CFO, and Ben Chen, who are our CBO. And before I start, let me send a video. Let me try to do this. So, where is the link? Okay. Um, and oh, I can't present it. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, I just continue to my presentation. Yeah. Okay. Our journey began in April 2022, a pathway with significant milestone. From our initial investment to the strategy cooperation, we will grow exponentially. Today, I am excited to share our collective effort have materialized into a project poised to redefine the mining industry. So, however, the path wasn't without challenge. The global investment and mine sector are plagued with problems, scams, lack of regulation, and transparency issues. In the mine industry, raising funds is a Herculean task, in history by long cycle, high cost, and limited investor access. But there is where Azure step in, a decentralized platform. Azure is our answer to this challenge, provide a transparent and efficiency rate for quality mining project investment. It is born for crypto investor, traditional mining investor, stock market trader, and capital funds. Azure isn't just another platform, it is a game changer. We offer unparalleled advantage over traditional mining reasons, lower cost, faster process, and transparency. Our business model is robust, focused on service fee, trading fees, and future revenue streams. And let's take a quick look at what make Azure unique. Briefly, and it's not just about the feature we have now. Like I can show you the demo current now. We have like newsletter show out and all the on in real-time transaction in our platform, and also you can see each different mine in our platform now. So it will show up the demo might be come up on December or maybe on other stage of January. But and also there's a good news is we already have 3 projects starting with us. One is lithium, another one is gold, and another one is critical mineral. So it's all in Western Australia. And for the market size now, with the market potential here is West. We are tapping into a liquidity investment market, and our funding runs are structured to maximize growth and impact. From seed to Series A, our fund are allocated strategy to drive our vision forward. So everyone can see for the Australian stock exchange, there are over 25% of the stock are major mining stock. But every miner, early stage miner, they pay maybe 15 to 25% of the early stage cost. But in the end, only 10% of the mine compete with the IPO. So we can see our valuation for the platform can help those junior mine who have good quality mine, good quality project, they can help them to get raising fund in our platform. And in conclusion, Azure isn't just a platform. It is a vision of a fair and transparent and productive incubation center. For physical mining project, we invite you to join us in the journey to invest not just in a platform, but in future of innovation and growth in the mining sector. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the performance from the asteroid group. And now we'll have our judge Wayne to ask one question for this project.
Yes, it is very impressive that you guys already signed up with the 3 projects, and the
Yes.
analysis through the detailed numbers are quite great. Actually,
Yes.
till now, main reason the most of the mining and energy related projects they haven't is they didn't make any scale up and they didn't keep their existing planning roadmap was actually the issue was the regulations and the security issues. So I wonder
true.
that how you guys handle the security issues and how you guys handle the legal issues or how you guys communicate with the regulators. Yeah, actually, that's the main problems. I mean, questions I want to know. Yeah.
There is a couple solutions we are on the stage to solve this kind of problem. For the first part, for example, like for the regulation part, we have a tier 1 legal firm in Western Australia, which is one of the biggest mining place around the world. So the lawyer firm, they are mainly focused on the mining industry, but also they can help us to do a legal opinion for how we do a proper legal structure and how we cooperate with government with the security issue, and all of these things will be handed to the legal firm. And previously we already talked about that, and they are pretty positive with this part, because currently the legal regulation for those crypto investment in Australia, or even for example like this security investment, there's still a gray area. Maybe they will come out regulation after 2 years, but now there's still a gray area. So we have the chance to talk with the government. We have the project now, and we have the structure, and we have the clients. So whether government want to do the digital mining, or whether they want to cooperate with us. So I think this is the opportunity there for us to talk and negotiate with the government before they don't have the regulation yet. And for other part, for like maybe the credibility of the platform. So our main actual holding company, so they will go to the American, maybe not American, they will do a STO in American, but for overseas investor. So which this part STO, which is a security token offering, but just for the company, the holding company. So they do a equity share raising. This part why we're doing this, because it will increase the credibility for client to trust out, and the investor to trust out we will finish the platform, and it is not like a scam project. So in this part, we solve this like the credibility issue. And also for another part is we are a local team, and we have we have couple board member. One of the member is come from PwC, another member is come from SRK, and there's another partner from KPMG, and they all good at like tax regulation, something like that. So they will help us to doing this. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. And now we'll
Yeah.
be moving to the next project presentations, and we'll have Alan from Anomi to give us the presentations.
Hello? Could you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see your screen.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I want to make sure, could you just see the change of my screen? Could you see the change of the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that when I change the screen to use. Okay, yeah, so I will continue. Hello, everyone. My name is Alan, the CEO of Alomi. Alomi is a river staking mechanism. So I would like to emphasize the huge difference between the NFT issuance protocols with many other NFT issuance protocols is that we use the staking mechanisms. So Alomi invented a new paradigm for the Web3 game. It is called the stake to play to earn. Stake to play to earn equals stake to play plus stake to earn. So how to realize the stake to play? So actually, the players need to stake the stablecoin to mint their NFTs in order to play the games. How to realize the play to earn? It means the game will just share the revenue with all the NFT holders in order to make them have the sustainable earnings from the games. So basically, Alomi protocol decoupled the Web3 games into the game part and the DeFi part. As for the game part, it provides the playability of the game and the game development. They can just use the USDTs in the game, and they need to attract more players to stake the stablecoins, to mint their NFTs, and to play the games. As for the DeFi part, It provides the revenues for the game development teams. Allow me protocols establish a fund pool while the staked the stable coins from the game players. Allow me protocols makes profit through the NFT lendings and share the profits with all game developers. So the game part provides the playability of the game, and the DeFi part ensures the revenues of the game development team. So how to ensure the rights of NFT holders? If we compare the stake to mint NFT modes with the buy NFT modes, the risk to use the stake to mint NFT mode is much lower than the buy NFTs, especially in the bear market. Because when you use the stake to mint NFT mode, it means that you can unstake and get your money back anytime. So the risk is zero. If we compare the stake to mint NFT and the free mint NFT, the risk to have the NFT, the risk for the NFT holder is pretty low. It's almost equal to zero. But the big difference is that if we use the free mint NFTs, the issuer is unable to establish the sustainable revenue models from the free mint. However, if we use the stake to mint NFTs, the sustainable revenue models from the DeFi pools. So we can draw a conclusion that stake to mint NFTs will be the new paradigm of the NFT issuance. Previously, we just introduced how to ensure the basic the rights of the NFT holders, but how to ensure the NFT holders will have the sustainable profit. So the game developer has to empower the games through the game's internal NFT deflation mechanisms or the revenue share mechanism. So then the price of the NFT will increase unilaterally. So this is the initial NFT price, and the price of the NFT will just increase unilaterally. There is no decrease for the NFT price. Because the price of the NFTs increase unilaterally, no decrease, so Alumi is the world's first decentralized peer-to-peer NFT lending protocol without a liquidation mechanism. So for any other NFT lending protocols, because the price of the collaterals also changes a lot. So all those NFT lending protocols all have the liquidation mechanisms, but for Alumi, there's no liquidation risk. So this research just shows the global market of the NFT lending market is pretty huge. So in 2025, the overall revenue of the NFT lending market is expected to reach 1.3 million US dollars. This is a very huge market. And this the graph shows the mainstream the protocols of NFT lendings, and we can see the peer-to-peer is much better than the peer-to-peer in terms of liquidation efficiency, and the Moledao is in the leading positions of the peer-to-peer NFT lending, just the blue chips NFT only, and there is no peer-to-peer NFT lending protocols for the non-blue chips NFTs. Let's compare the Moledao protocols, the leading peer-to-peer NFT lending protocols with our Alumi protocol. They are both the peer-to-peer NFT lendings, but the collateral is different. And for the Moledao, the collaterals are the blue chips NFT only. And for Alumi protocol, all NFTs using the stake to mint NFT modes are available. And for the price fluctuations of collaterals, you know, in a bear market, even the blue chips NFTs price can still be raised by more than 60%. However, because we use the stake to mint NFT modes, the NFT price of the collateral will only rise, no decrease. So there is no liquidation risk for these protocols, and we believe that the TVL, total value locked, of Alumi will far pass the Moledao protocol in future. if we assume that Allomi protocol has 10% of the NFT lending market share, the market cap of Allomi will be more than 5.2 billion US dollars in 2025. So this is a very huge project. So previously we just introduced the Allomi protocol, and in order to verify the value of Allomi protocol, we guards. Creation of the guards is the first NFT games adopting the Allomi protocol. It is the full PBNB this weekend, and more third parties. As for the creation of the guards, it is a synchronized turn-based strategy game, and on the 9 panels grid, like this, the 9 panels grid, 2 players play the NFT cards in sequence to battles, and each match only takes 2 to 3 minutes, and it is very suitable for used as a social casual game. So this is a screenshot of our 9 panels grid. And this is a screenshot of our game's the NFT lendings. So the lendings, so the NFT lending modules provide the basic liquidations of the game NFTs of this game. Yep. So this is our cards, and this game just draws the core gameplay from the Final Fantasy VIII, which has more than 10 million game players worldwide. And these games have very diverse gameplay, and it is very suitable for the UGC and the social fusion. For example, we will just cooperate with the KOLs to issue their own IP NFT cards and to realize the UGC and the social fusion. Besides, we will also collaborate with very well-known Web2 IPs like the Transformers. We will issue their exclusive NFT cards for creation of the cards to attract the more game players. Our project is just established the strategic partnership with the Husky NFT and Web3 CSDN. We jointly issue the Allomi Rampid NFT, which is the equal type NFT of Allomi protocol. Right now, our current followers is more than 80,000, and we have got the 1.5 million US dollars in our angel round financing. Yeah, we have many partners like the Balance, like the Talking Dance, and the Husky NFT, and so on and so forth. This is our communities and my contact information. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Alan, for the presentations. Is there any questions from our judge panels? You can raise it now. How about thoughts from our co-host, Web3 Jigs? Okay, if no questions for these project groups, we'll be moving to the next. Next project group will be guest log R and guessing all the guessing views. Yeah, please come to the front stage and start your presentations. For projects who have already finished the presentations, you can step downstairs to the red seat areas below.
Okay, thank you, Iris. Let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So good afternoon, guys. Welcome to our presentation from Guest Talker team. This is Jinky. And today I want to introduce our new project called Gas Reimburse. The Gas Reimburse pioneers first liquid trustless activity scoring protocol on the EVM ecosystems and offering a trustless gas reimbursement solution. So first of all, I want to give some existing problems, mainly gas problems. The first one is escalating gas fees. We all know that the gas fees on Ethereum have been skyrocketing, deterring our users' interaction in crucial sectors like DeFi and NFTs. And second one is individual project reimbursement fees. Well, the Uniswap X before have been reimbursing the gas fees independently. Well, this one indicates the need for a unified platform. And third one is optical activity metrics. The lack of the customized and transparent activity scoring system obstructs the fair reimbursement to our users. And fourth one also about the gas issues. It gives a barrier to entry. The high gas fees inhibit our new user adoption, impeding the mass adoption of decentralized applications. So let's introduce our gas reimburse. With gas reimburse, projects owners can tailor the gas fee reimbursements for our users based on the customized activity scoring. And it can attract the new users and retain the existing ones. So thereby fostering a more engaged community around their projects. So how it would be like, this is a very simple front-end demo. And from the left hand, you can see from our project admin's view. For a project admin, you can set the parameters like the contract address, event name, and deposit some Ethereum. And from right hand, you can see from our user's view, you can simply input your address and check your reimbursement and claim it. So let's dive into our technical architecture. From this picture, from the middle line, we introduce the activity scoring protocol. For this protocol, we fetch the queries from the XM proxy, and it can generate the ZK proofs using the XM ZK coprocessor, and which gives trustless verification and also used to give the user activity scoring. And from the main protocol, the gas reimburse can fetch the activity score. And from the bottom line, you can see we also use the Chainlink adapter to monitor the specified event on chain. And we also use our another project called Gas Locker. We use the Gas Locker protocol to dynamically get the reimbursement ratio based on the gas pricing. So in a word, we introduce features like the dynamic reimbursement ratio, and we also provide a customized activity scoring protocol, and we can monitor the real-time gas fee, and it can be seamlessly integrated, and it supports the cross-platform compatibility. And we also have the ZK proofs for the data verification. So we also did a very interesting survey from our users. So from your left hand, you can see these two questions. The first one is for these two questions are all for DApp founders. And the first one is, do you ever spend or have budget on attracting new users or incentivizing existing users? And the second one is, are you willing to reimburse gas fees for real users' transaction with your project in some way, if it could help attract new users or incentivize the existing users? And you can see the answer. Most founders choose yes. And from your right hand, this question is for our normal Ethereum system users. And the question is, would you give up a DApp you have been using, but switch to a product of the same type that can reimburse gas fees somehow? And also, most of the users choose yes. So this is a very important answer for our purpose. So after we introduce our architecture, we can give some use cases. As first one, well, we also provide a activity scoring protocol. So it basically is served for our gas reimburse. The gas reimbursement platform exemplifies the application of the activity scoring protocol in facilitating the gas fee reimbursement. Also, it can give the user engagement metrics. For example, projects can derive the user engagement metrics to foster their community growth and interaction strategies. And for our gas reimburse, we gave some very easy and classic examples. For example, for the DeFi projects, it can encourage active liquidity provision by reimbursing the gas fees for users. And for the NFT marketplaces, it can lower the cost of trading by reimbursing gas fees for our active traders. And for DOS, it can incentivize the member participation in voting and proposals through the gas fee reimbursement. So I want also talk about some business model issues. The first one is revenue streams. We provide two ways. The first one is a subscription fee. For example, a project can opt for a monthly subscription fee to set the advanced reimbursement rules. For example, some customized rules. And the second one is simply the transaction fees. Gets reimbursed charges the 0.5% fee on each transaction processed through our platform. And the second one is about the value proposition. We can help to enhance the user engagement by reimbursing the gas fees and lower the cost of the user interaction. And this way is for the mass adoption because it can ensure our users to be worry-free about the gas fees issues and reduce barriers to blockchain adoption. And the final part is about customer segment. Just like what we mentioned in our questionnaire. First part is about the app builders. Project owners can look forward to the lower user barriers and increase their user engagement. And the second part is about active users. Well, they're willing to try new apps, but constrained by the high gas fees. So, in a word, gas reimburse will gas cost lead to the connections, which is a revolutionary solution addressing the challenge of gas fees on Ethereum, promoting the user engagement across various sectors like DeFi, NFTs, and DOS by providing a robust and trustless reimbursement infrastructure. So this is a very simple introduction about gas reimburse. And besides this project, our gas local team also introduced some other services and projects like gas insure or gas subscriptions and some other pricing model some other projects based on the pricing model. So we welcome you to follow our Twitters and join our Discords. And yeah, this is my today's presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jaking, for the presentations. Now we'll have Jeffrey to give one questions to this project group.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jackie. So my maybe if there's only one question that I would like to ask, how do you think about the gas price? Because when there's gas price is very high, so user actually they can sending more transaction compared with other applications since they can get reimbursement on through your applications. So that's maybe kind of behaviors. Maybe gas price will be pushed since the user can just interact at very little cost. So how do you think about this kind of the abuse, this kind of the mechanism? And since we can also maybe similar ideas like the gas token like 2 years ago. So how do you see this problem, or maybe what's the difference in this?
Okay, thank you. So for gas fees issues, I think for gas problem, it is a balance before the security, decentralization, and also scalability. So yeah, for now, if you there are also some other ways to to hedge the risk, high risk of the high gas phase. For example, the layer 2 issues also, and also some projects you just mentioned, like the gas tokens 2 years ago. So yeah, for our vision, we support the gas mechanism provided by the Ethereum, because we choose the gas phase to balance the security
Sorry,
and
I'm not able to make a
decentralization.
phone call at this time.
And for
But you
now,
can ask me to place a FaceTime
yeah,
call.
and just like you mentioned, if we go into the bull market, the gas phase is will be seriously go high. But our project is want to like hide the high risk of the violation. So it is not very similar to some other projects like the gas token, because they want to hedge the just the gas fee. But our main issue is want to hedge the high how to say the high fluctuation from the gas phase. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any other questions for these project groups? Okay, if not, we'll be moving on to our next project presentations. We'll have Jeffeng Yang from D-App to give us a presentations of their projects, and we'll have Frankie to have raise one questions after the presentations. And meanwhile, please, for our judges, please reminded to score the projects through the judging forms in the Telegram judge group. And we thanks for your cooperation. Okay, so for D-App project groups, you can now step onto the stage and start your presentation. Okay. So for the project group of D-App, you need to step to the stage so that we can hear you. Still need to go up one more. Hey, Jeffeng, you still need to go up to the stage. Otherwise, we cannot hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, I can share the screen. So, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm so honored to be here to introduce my project, a true DApp local development platform, which is probably the only one that is available right now. You see, I emphasize the word true here. And so the question is, what makes a true local platform? I believe the bottom line is true local platform must take model-driven approach. And what problem does our project solve? One word, efficiency. Some people say that the app development efficiency is not that important because most smart contracts are not very complex today. But I think this is a bit of a reverse of cause and effect. And we believe that it is precisely because the app development efficiency is too low today that people are not willing to do complex and high-value apps. And why are we the only ones who did this? I mean, using the model-driven approach to make a DApp local platform. And traditional local platforms use models that don't work for Web3, like ER models or relational models. And on the other hand, some people are dreaming of taking shortcuts, but our project chose the difficult path. And how did we do this? The key is the modeling paradigm. We believe that the DDD style domain models is the right choice. And DDD here stands for domain-driven design. It is a methodology for software analysis and software design. And then we need to design a modeling language. With it, we can not only describe our domain knowledge accurately, but also map these models to software implementation code easily. So can we find such a language? Yes, we can. Actually, we invented it. DDDML means domain-driven design modeling language. And we haven't had a lot of experience with this, even in the Web 2 era. And we even wrote a book, more than 400 pages, to share our lessons learned with the developers. And we use our original experience for the app development. And that's how we created our project, DDApp. And with our project, developers only need to do two things. First, modeling. Second, implement business logic. If CLUD is all you need, no code even needed. Otherwise, fill in more code for platforms like Sui, Luch, or Aptos. And a platform-neutral expression language would be ideal in the future. And our product grew from the Mu ecosystem. We received grant from Sui Foundation, and Luch Network also gave us a grant. And we built a side project in Aptos Singapore Hackathon called Move Forms, and which is a local tool based on DDApp, the local platform, and won second place. It was also the best in the tooling check of the hackathon. And we have made 3 MVPs based on 3 Move platforms: Sui, Aptos, Luch, and we also done POC on Solana and IC or Divinity. And so the question is, what type of D app can be built with our local platform? And here are 3 blog examples that emulate our getting started. We all know that Ruby on Rails is the pioneer of the modern web framework. And in this example, it only takes 30 or so lines of code, all of which is the domain model. Then we can generate a blog app in 1 click. And Tony Square, this is a social app on Apples, and we provide development support for the Move contracts for this project, and our local tool impressed the engineers a lot. And we developed 2 example DeFi apps for a Web3 developer education institution. First, a crowdfunding app, and second, a swap tax app. And the development efficiency is scary. And I even boast to my clients, you won't find anyone else who can deliver these apps as faster than I can, unless they know how to use the DDDApp tool. You can also use DDDApp as a fully on-chain game engine, though it wasn't decided to be. Here is an example repository, and you can follow the README to reproduce the whole development and testing process of the on-chain contract and the off-chain indexer. So what type of D app can our platform build? The answer is no obvious limitation. And one more thing, as I mentioned before, we built a side project in Aptos Singapore Hackathon and called MoveForms, and we might rename the MoveForms to something cooler, and we want these Web3 native forms to work on any Web3 platform, not just Move. And though some people claim that form tools are form-driven local platform, we don't think so. And let's clarify that local is for professional developers and local is for a big range of apps like MoveForms for end users. But anyway, we felt eager demand for Web3 native forms, so we are putting a significant portion of our resource into building this project. Yes, that's.
Okay, thanks, Jeffon, for the presentations. I think you have come to the end, right? Okay, now we'll have our judge, Frankie, to ask 1 question for the app. Hi, Frankie. Can you hear us? Okay, so is there any other questions from other judges? Can also ask now. Okay, if not, we'll be moving on to our next project groups. We'll have Chanty to give us the presentations, and we'll have Norman to ask 1 question for this project
hello.
group. Oh, hey, hello, Frankie.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
So can I ask questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for your DDAP platform, so is there a way to generate revenue for your platform, or have you ever been planning a sustainable revenue model?
No, I have not a detailed plan or token economy or how to get the revenue now. We still 用爱发电。
Okay, so it's now just a model like MVC or some coding model, right?
You mean coding model? I use a domain model, domain-driven design model. I'm sorry for my back English listener, and maybe I don't really get what you mean.
对，那我可以用中文来，就是
可以，你可以，我尝试
OK，
用英文。
现在它对你来说就是只是一个这个用这个代码里面的 MVC 的这种类似 MVC 模型的这种model 来帮助这个 coder
不是，
来进行
远远没有
开发的
那么简单，远远没有那么简单。就是说，它是一种领域模型，就是 domain model，然后它能够很精确的去描述领域里面，就是你对这个领域的一个理解和分析，然后但是它又能很容易的映射到代码。这一点好像我刚才也在页里面有比较强调。第一是那个 domain-driven model， 它是一种领域设计的这么一种软件开发的方法，然后这个方法还是比较流行的。我觉得很多资深开发人员可能都听说过，如果你了解过它的一些基本概念的话，可能能够比较直观的能想象到是什么样一个东西。对，不是 MVC 那么简单。对。
OK， 对，我以前也简单了解过，因为我以前I used to be a builder coder，so 对，好的，感谢。
然后谢谢。
Okay, thanks our project groups and our judges. So for the project group from ECA, could you come to the front stage and start your presentation first?
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Let me just try to share my screen. All right. Can you see my screen? Is it working?
Yes.
Perfect. Then, yeah, I'm ready to go. First of all, hello and welcome everybody from my side. I'm Lud. I'm the head of BD at ECA. And today I want to give you a small introduction into our project, which is a new data availability network built on top of Ethereum. And I want to demonstrate how we intend to contribute to the greater mission of scaling Ethereum. Also, I'm not here by myself. In fact, I have our co-developer Gavin with us, who is happy to answer any questions at the end of our presentation. Maybe to give you a little bit background and to address the data availability issue, I want to start off with some impressive numbers. And the L2 run is in full swing. And in 2023, the top 8 layer 2 chains will spend around $240 million on publishing and settling data on Ethereum. The interesting part about this is that around 90% of these costs are related to data availability. This is because there's a high demand for block space when storing this data directly on layer 1. This puts hard limitations on the scalability of Ethereum and currently represents the biggest bottleneck on the journey to achieve scalability for layer 2 based rollups. This means with increased demand on Ethereum's beacon chain, not even layer 2 solutions and chains are protected from high gas fees and lower data throughput. One solution to tackle the data availability bottleneck on the Ethereum side will soon be introduced via proposal EIP 4844, which will integrate proto-dank sharding. Proto-dank sharding includes blob-carrying transactions, where blobs can be imagined as data containers that hold batch transaction data, which will be stored on Ethereum. Unlike the current state of Ethereum, this transaction data in form of blobs won't be stored any longer permanently, and in fact will be deleted after around 4 weeks. Different studies show that this proto-dank sharding can actually increase the data availability issue, or actually reduce the data availability issue by increasing the throughput by around 3x. This sounds great, but considering that in the future we potentially are dealing with hundreds of layer 2s, thousands of layer 3s, and potentially even more app chains, the scaling solution provided by proto-dank sharding won't be able to compensate for the increased demand in block space and in protecting rollups from high gas fees or lower performance. An even more effective approach to scaling Ethereum is based on the further modularization of blockchain resources. In the same way, layer 2s move their execution environment away from Ethereum's beacon chain, we also can remove the data availability layer away from Ethereum by leveraging dedicated data availability networks. While Ethereum can scale like 3x, as already mentioned, via native proto-dank sharding, data availability networks, on the other hand, aim to scale the data throughput capabilities for rollups by 200 to 500x. Okay, here we go. Our solution ETHDA identifies as such an DA network, is built as ZK rollup on top of Ethereum, and can be leveraged as modular DA layer by all layer 2s, layer 3s, or app chains running on top of Ethereum. In the final stage, it will support block transactions and rely on a set of decentralized sequencers, which will use data availability sampling schemes to guarantee and prove blob storage via our network. All blobs published to Ethereum DA will be stored permanently and can be retrieved and accessed at any time via our blobweave data layer. And in this way, we can maintain a full history of Ethereum's chain data. What also is super important to mention is that we purposefully chose to build on top of Ethereum and not to launch as our own layer 1 chain for multiple reasons. First of all, by deploying as layer 2, we natively can benefit from the decentralization and security provided by Ethereum. Secondly, by leveraging Ethereum as tech stack, we can provide our services to other chains and builders of the Ethereum ecosystem in the most native and familiar way possible. Third, gas for transactions and blob storage can be realized via native Ethereum tokens. And last but not least, this way we can guarantee the strongest alignment with Ethereum's roadmap and vision for the future. I mean, after all, modularization is a great tool to achieve scalability, but it often imposes hidden costs on builders due to added complexity. That's why one of our highest priorities is actually to keep this added complexity as low as possible, and we aim to do that by offering the most seamless user experience provided from Ethereum builders for Ethereum builders. But that's not where we stop. Another innovative concept we are going to introduce with ETHDA is by utilizing this new concept of blob storage and blob carrying transactions to actually permanently store not just roll-up transaction data, but also any kind of user data for dApps or NFTs that will be stored in form of blobs directly on-chain. By doing so, we can offer a fully on-chain storage experience and a way cheaper and way more scalable alternative to storing data directly on Ethereum. This slide is giving you a quick overview of our solution and how it works between Ethereum and potential rollups. So blob carrying transactions, including blobs, will be sent to ETHDA. Those transactions can come from rollups, sending their compressed transaction data to our ETHDA, or this data can come from dApps, NFT metadata storage, user storage, and can contain any kind of files. Within our ETHDA network, it will be stored on our network of decentralized sequencers, where it will be guaranteed and proved via our data availability scheme. And proofs of this, the data availability, will be sent to Ethereum. Looking at the competitive landscape, we can say that ETHDA is by far the closest data availability network to Ethereum's vision. We built as Ethereum rollup we use Ethereum as payment. We use the same data availability scheme Ethereum is using. And on top of that, we also can leverage decentralized storage solutions. And looking at the other competitors like Celestia or Avel, some bigger competitors, Celestia is built on Cosmos, Avel is built on Substrate, and can't offer a native solution as we can with Ethereum, with ESDA, which also prepares us for the future roadmap of Ethereum to be 100% compatible. Yeah, I think I'm good in time. That's from my side. If there should be any questions, then I'm happy to answer it, or my colleague Gavin, I think you can unmute yourself as well. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Lud, for the presentations. And now we'll have Larry to ask one question for this project group.
Yeah. Hey, Lud, it's Larry from Basis Capital. Could you please tell me more about how the decentralized sequencers work and how to make it decentralized?
Okay, Gavin, you are still here? Let me just check for my core dev. Okay, he's not there, so I'm trying to answer this. So we keep the data decentralized by maintaining the data on our set of decentralized sequencers. And for the proof of storage, we basically use the data availability scheme, which is basically the same, which will be used for the full dank sharding. We have a lot of experience with decentralized storage and keeping data decentralized because formally we are involved in a project actually providing decentralized storage solutions and bring this experience now to ETHDA.
Yeah, I mean the sequencers, how to make it decentralized.
I think this might be a question as too technical for me, but let me see. Gavin, can you come up to the stage and maybe unmute yourself?
Okay, maybe we can communicate later.
Yeah, I think for more questions, we can communicate later after the demo day event ends. And now I think we can move to the next project group's project chanting. So could you come to the stage and start your presentations? And for our judges, please remind it to give all the project teams the scorings, and we will calculate and give the top 3 project prizes after the event. The next projects will be Zk Move. For the representative of Zk Move, could you come to the stage? Hi, Greg. I think you need to go upstairs more so that we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes. Can I see my slides?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Greg from the Zk team. I will represent the team to give the small presentation. Zk Azure is a trustless computing service built on Move. Okay. The problem we are trying to solve is that currently dApps cannot access data outside the blockchain, which include historical on-chain data, external resource, and private data. While there are already some solutions, they either require trust assumptions or are not scalable or not programmable. Okay, our objective is to resolve this problem. So what is ZK Azure? It's a trustless computing service designed to extend the feature set of the blockchain. It enables dApps to access on-chain historical data in a trust-free manner. It also enables dApps to access any external resource with minimum trust. It allows arbitrary computations to be performed on the data. Besides, it also enables developers to create customized ZK applications using the Move language. Their applications can be integrated with other ZK modules and seamlessly deployed on the chain. Okay, how does it works? Here is a rough architecture. The left side is the publishing process. Developers can create arbitrary move scripts and publish them onto the registry through the ZKMove SDK. On the chain, there are 3 small contracts: the registry, front end, and verifier. dApps send a request to front end to trigger an event. The ZKMove VM listens to the event, read the corresponding script from the registry, execute the script to read the historical data or external data and process the data. Then send the execution witness to the prover to generate a ZK proof. Then the proof is sent to the verifier. Finally, the dApps get the verified results. Okay, ZKMove VM is a ZK virtual machine. It's fully compatible with Move language, with Move spec, and is the first ZK VM with runtime type safety. It supports transaction level concurrent proven with very low latency. Historical or external data is provided as a separate circuit that can be plugged in as required. The circuit can be proved in parallel with the main circuit. The prover eventually aggregates the proofs together and to generate a proof. Okay. Some things needed to be clarified. Azure is a layer 1 infrastructure. It's not a layer 2 rollup, because we want to extend the blockchain's feature set and not to scale up blockchain like rollup. We want to be part of blockchains and utilize the blockchains and not another blockchains like rollup. We are not holding users tokens. If possible, we only charge minimum service fees to dApps. Okay, to help build the Move ecosystem, ZKMove Azure is preferred to be deployed on Aptos in the Seal. It can also be deployed on Ethereum and even on all kinds of layer 2s. Here is our roadmap. This project launched in July this year, and we have a very preliminary POC on October, and we will have a first release in next year, in March of next year, and we'll have a testnet running in the middle of the next year. Okay. About the team, we are a small, fully distributed team. We leverage underlying blockchain infrastructure to create value for users. The long-term goal of the team is to combine zero-knowledge proof technology with the Move language to create safe, efficient, and trustless protocols to enhance blockchain capabilities. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks the presentation from Vicky Move team and from Greg. And now we'll have our judge, Josta, to ask one question for the DK Move team.
I mean,
okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I want to ask two questions. One is, can you give some example for the external resource? It can be another blockchain or some which type of external resource it support. It need some specific root things on the blockchain or just raw data.
Okay, good questions. There is a, let me show the, okay, let me show the slides again. Oh. Yeah, you can see here is a list, and we have some scenarios can be can be served by Azure. For example, trustless oracles. You can the DApp can get an average price of a range for a token or for some how to say, coins. And another category is identity. With Azure, the DApp can get a loyalty of an user, and even can get a participation-based airdrop to find out the users really participate in the app. Okay, this is the typical scenarios for historical data. Yeah, for the external data, currently there is actually much broader, and we are still in the early stage to explore it. We do this through a plug-in mechanism. If the external data can be stored in a Merkle tree, then its circuit can be automatically generated by ZK Move. If it's a customized storage structure, then we have to generate the circuit. The developer have to generate the circuit by themselves. It is possible to use the tools provided by Hello Tool to write their own circuit, which the circuit will eventually be aggregated with the main circuit. For example, we can build a scenario that to access commit information, in the repo on GitHub to implement this scenario. First, we needed to use Rust to implement the read operation of the repo. Second, we needed to implement the circuit for the read operation by using Hello tool. Yeah, this is some rough idea for how to integrate the external data. We haven't studied really implement the solution yet. It's still in a very early stage. We are full effort to implement the main structure currently.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any more questions?
Another question is, I want to ask is about what is the hardest part to implement this solution to generate smart contract VM like Move language. Yeah.
Okay. For the challenge, yes. As we know, the Move ecosystem have a very weak ZK infrastructure currently. For example, Planck on-chain verification is not even available, and we have to build it from scratch. And recently, we were building Hello 2 verifier with Aptos. It needs to start from very basic elliptic curve BN 254. It's very challenging. Another challenge is performance. VM design needed to be improved, and aggregation, hardware acceleration, optimization of the underlying proof system, etc. And a lot of work needed to be done. Our strategy is to get it working and then let it evolve. We can start with scenarios that doesn't require a timely response, then improve the performance to support more and more requires in a timely manner. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks our project team and our judges for the questions. And due to the time limits, we need to move to another project. So we'll have Chanting to start their presentations. For the representative of Chanting, could you come to the front stage?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, we can hear you.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry for the trouble just now. Yeah, I will introduce again for the chat-in. So for chat-in, our mission is to bring in the next million voices onto the Web3 social journey. The chat-in is a Web3 social platform. It's an AI and Web3 streaming platform where users can chat and play with their streamers and exploring the uses of Web3 and other mini games on the blockchain technology. And chat-in is also a dynamic DID social map protocol generated by users. So let's start with some statistics. We can see the market of data and information has huge market volume and significant growth rate in the past years. Thus, Web3 social graph, as we think, also have a very great potential in the growth in the coming years. And in this year's social value chain, a lot of people encourage people to be the creators, to be the content creators. So we can also be the trend to welcome the social graph to be the next Web3 social. And there are some current problems with the social graph in Web3. As we all know, For the past years of development and the growth of the social related projects in Web3, there are a lot of obstacles for users coming to the blockchain and crypto world, especially for those who are not familiar with crypto, blockchain, gas, and sort of things. So it is hard for them to switch from traditional apps to the Web3 dApps. So we have very high education cost for the Web2 users. And also for those Web3 social apps, they are fully on-chain or they are 95% off-chain. Even though for these fully on-chain apps, the user experience is not very optimal. So for the traditional users, they will feel not very comfortable to transfer into the Web3 apps. And for the content, there are not enough content for users to engage. So there are less UGC for people to interact, and also the limited incentive for users and content creators to perform and engage. So we also have more problems for the Web3 social platforms. So we want to solve these problems, and we have our own solutions by Chatian. So for Chatian, we're using streaming, which is live streaming. It's a very traditional Web2 business model. So we use streaming as an entrance, either for users to understand and onboard. And we also use, and for our users, the users also can choose which part of the experience to be on-chain. And we also use ZK privacy, IAM, so it's very secure and user experience is better. And we can also have less gas cost on the social platform. And for AI Streamer Enhanced, we also have more topics and more user experience for the AIGC and UGC. And the more important one is a reward. The users on Chatian platform, they can get reward from the information and data they generate and sync on chain. So they will have their own DID, and all the social graph on chain will represent their asset and tokens. Then they will generate all their social graph on the Chatian ecosystem. So make it simple, what is Chatian's product? So we are an AI-powered and real-person streaming platform, and we are also on-chain and ZK encrypted IAM. So we have these IAM functions into the platform, and also we have mini games, we have also news, and also we are ERC 437 power user behavior and social graph. Here is like the user experience when you are use Chatian. To get started, you need to download and install Chatian. That's very traditional. Then you register and connect your wallet. Then users can use Chatian for free and recharge your tokens to buy your NFT. Once you acquire and equip your NFT, then you can participate and engage with the Chatian ecosystem. We have streaming, AI streaming, gaming, news, and everything you can play in the Chatian ecosystem. Then once you finish the daily tasks and you are using Chatian, you can get rewarded and tokens. And all your social activities are recorded into your social DID, which is your DNFT. And all this data is all yours. And all this data you can be transferred to asset, and you can generate tokens and credits into the ecosystem. And that's a full ecosystem for users who can interact with Chatian. Except for the users, we will also have all the partners in the Chatian ecosystem. They play a very important role in the business partners. And this is some similar products at Chatian. Some of them are the Web2 product like Yala and Bigo. We are more like Yala. They are very popular in the Middle East part, and they are very traditional voice streaming platform. And for Chatian, we also integrate like AI characteristics into the live streaming platform. And also we have the Web3 aspect, means we can tokenize your social graph, tokenize your asset. And data privacy side, like we are using ZK. Thanks for the ZK technology, we can have this privacy encrypted IAM functions into the Chatian. And for Dbox, it's a Web3 social app, but we are not so similar, but we have some similar functions, especially for the community and IAM part. But for chatting, all the ISAT are on chain, and for Dbox, they are more suitable for community engagement. And for chatting, we are more like an ecosystem platform and mini games. You can have fun and find everything on the chatting ecosystem. And this is a chatting ecosystem. Just now I also mentioned for the users, the users will be play a role in the streaming and information in Web2 and Web3. So if you're users, you can go to the chatting platform, then you can watch a streaming. You can be the streamers. You can also watch a streaming. If you are streamers, then you can also get the reward by others tipping and also gifts. If you are watching streaming, then you can also get your tokens, and you can also play like other games, mini games in our application and the platforms to during the streaming. And also you can also get the streamer commissions once you are the chatting app. And for the partners, we have a lot like business partners. If you are projects, if you are a game, you will be our partner. For our partner, first you can also do streaming on the platform. So you can use AI characteristic. For example, if you are Web3 DeFi, you have if you have your virtual idol, you can integrate your virtual idol into a chatting platform. Then users can chat. Users can like voice chatting with your virtual idol. So that's also the part of the business partners streaming function. And also for ecosystem merging with our partners product, so we can also integrate the partners functions and partners ecosystem into our product. I will show in the in the following pages. And for the ads, that's a direct income from different projects. So that's a very traditional business model. Yeah, there's some examples I mentioned just now for the business partners. For example, we have done a business partner with Sikuya. It's an Indonesian gaming project, and they create their in-game ambassador as a virtual idol on Chatien. And for the breakdown, we also onboard Radeon as a Web3 information and news partners. So on the Chatien app, you can see most of the news are actually from Radeon. So the Radeon users can also guide explorer in Chatien ecosystem. There's some examples of the business partners. And this is our user acquisition route and some like go-to-market strategies we're using right now. We are in the Q4 this year. We just launched our alpha testing, and now we are going to officially launch very soon. There are some results we have achieved. We have been doing this app for more than 1 year, and we have done a lot of events online and offline. We also have global ecosystem ambassadors representing Chatien to do the local user acquisitions. We also have 30+ business partners to integrate into Chatien. Some events, and this is our utility token. This is a token. So this is a roadmap. Now we are in the Q4. We have already done Q3. We just launched the desktop and the website and also the alpha testing. So anyone who is interested to see how to use Chatien or want to try the demo or who want to be our business partner, who can anyone who is interested can DM us and email us, ask for the internal testing, and we can also integrate all your virtual idol and all your business partner idol into our alpha testing version if you are interested. And for the next quarter, we will officially launch everything, so you can easily download from App Store and website and everything. Then that's Chatien platform officially launched. Yeah, thanks for watching. That's our Telegram and Twitter and email. Let us know if you want to have partnership and demo trial.
Okay, thanks Chris for the demo of Chatien app. And now we'll have Norman to raise one questions.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, Oh, so for the Chattian, it's pretty interesting project and it has a lot of like advanced technology in it. So I have like actually I have two questions. So if the users they mainly get the tokens from syncing their information on chain, right? But I also see that like users can freely switch to like on chain, also like off chain actions. So if a user choose to perform the off-chain action smoothly, then how do they, get the rewards? How do they get the tokens? And how are they like in incentives to do the actions on the Chattian? And the second is like, I think you mentioned like you guys use on-chain also the ZK to do the privacy. But I'm not sure like why the ZK is coming in because I think for the private chats we can just use like the end-to-end encryption and that's pretty enough for the private chats. I think ZKPs are mostly used for like computations and validate proofs of that kind of computations. So yeah, that's my questions. Thank you.
Hi, Chris. We can't hear you now. Could you please step upwards a bit? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, thanks for the questions. For these two questions, I will answer the first one. For the first question, for those people who didn't connect with all their crypto wallet and not just traditional Web2 users, of course, they can use our platform to play as a traditional live streaming platform, or they can read news. But yeah, they cannot get tokens every day because they don't have a wallet. But they can still contribute and get their credit on chain. So once they are connected to wallet, they are still on chain. So they can also like redeem their reward on chain. And for the second one, because now we are on the layer 1 chain, but we have some future plan to deploy on those new layer 2 chains. So that's why we have some partnership with some layer 2 chains. That's why we're using the key encrypted privacy IAM into our platform.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions from judges? Okay, if not, next we'll have our project team goes up to have their presentations. Please come to the front stage. And meanwhile, for our judges, please remind to score all our projects in the judging forms, and we'll announce the winners right after the event.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, yeah. Hello everyone. I think it's afternoon in Singapore, so good afternoon. So we are GodHub. We are from UC Berkeley, so we're founded by 3 Berkeley students. We're situated in Silicon Valley, and we build high-quality data engine for fine-tuning code LLMs and helping building code agents. So what's the problem? The problem here is that we see a lot of code agent companies right now in Silicon Valley, but they lack the data to produce high-quality code generation. And particularly, right now, there are 2 types of data floating around on the internet. One is natural language text from like Reddit or Twitter. And the other type is GitHub source code. But these 2 types of data are not sufficient for training and just building code agents, because the first type lacks reasoning. Most posts from Reddit or Twitter are just shit posts, right? Like they're very emotional. They don't do much reasoning. And the second type, which is GitHub source code, even though they do reasoning, for example, you can see like for loop and the variables and whatever, but they lack real world domain knowledge. These source code are usually very algorithm specific, and they don't reflect anything about the real world. And it's very hard to cluster them because you don't know what the source code is about usually. Given any random source code, you don't know what it does. So our solution is that we want to build a data engine that translates logic to code from very strong reasoning text, like textbooks or Wikipedia. And as a result, our data will be very cohesive. And we're going to have less overfitting because we're not texts, right? Like we are very structured, object-oriented data in the form of code. And we focus on reasoning from real-world knowledge. For example, we translate very strong reasoning text from Wikipedia. And thirdly, we will have a designated ecosystem of developer tools that we develop for these code data. For example, we have tools that check whether the code is executable, to check the types of variables, like statically analyze the code to see if they work. We have tools for training these code on your LLMs, and we have tools that execute this code, which means we have like our own developer-friendly GPT that works for developers and works in Python. Yeah, so about the process of how we get our data. Firstly, we search the open web and we select very specific domain knowledge with strong reasoning. These are hand selected, and we scrape the data, filter out all the bad data, and keep like the most essential information, and we translate them into code. And that is the part of labeling, and we give human feedback, right? We can see if the code is good through our own software expertise. And we store the data in our database for future query. And a company can come here and query a specific subset for their own fine-tuning sessions. And these ones with check marks are the ones that we have already implemented. So our vision is a world where all the data, like all the reasoning data on the internet, can be modeled in Python. So we will have a world model in Python that describes a lot of objects in the world. And we can cluster them for specific fine-tuning. We can execute them, which is like a very fast developer-friendly GPT. And they can also be used just for reading, right? Like you can read the code to gain whatever knowledge you want to gain. And as an end result, through our data and the development of code agents, anyone can code without learning Python or even lower level programming languages, because they can just communicate with the machine through natural language. The machine would be able to understand what they're doing. So we have a demo MVP, and that is here. And by the way, I can send the link in chat. I'm gonna send it in chat. Yeah, so you guys can also look at it. So this is our work on Wikipedia. Like we can search any link. So for example, say car, right? And we have the car Wikipedia page. And on the right-hand side, we have automatically generated Python code that extracts all the essential information about cars, or the metadata, right? Like it has 3 to 4 wheels, fuel source, like these are the types of fuels. And all the way down here, we also have like specific attributes of a car that you can use to model a car, right? And this is automatically generated, but we can also provide human feedback to further fine-tune it to capture like sufficient information in good quality. Yes, and what are the use cases for this kind of data? So right now in Silicon Valley, there's a lot of startups that do code generation in some specific domain with some specific tasks. For example, MetaGPT has testing agent that does just given a function code, you write tests for it, or Pose AI and other like other agent companies. And on the open source side, at UC Berkeley, me and my co-founders work at UC Berkeley Labs, and we are building lead code agents that does lead code very well. And why do these code agents companies and open source projects need our code data? It's because if these agents use LangChain and query ChatGPT for response, first of all, ChatGPT is very slow, so we can do much faster. And how do we do it? It's because we have the code for the objects that you want to get. And if that code is executable, you just execute it as Python. And that takes milliseconds compared to ChatGPT, which takes like 30 to 60 seconds. And if our code is not executable, we can automatically fix it using Copilot. And that takes like less than 5 seconds. Copilot is a much faster model than ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is for natural language, and natural language has a lot of junk vocabulary. By removing those junk vocabulary and focusing purely on reasoning, our model can be faster and cheaper, right? And therefore cheaper. And ChatGPT can give you string, raw string, or JSON, but we can give you executable Python code that you can just use in your Python environment. And ChatGPT hallucinates because it is just like a natural language model, but our code data is a direct translation of expert knowledge. So we don't hallucinate. So if what Wikipedia says, we say exactly the same, right? So we don't have this hallucination problem. I can give you an example. So as a data scientist, 1 minute left? Okay, yeah. Like if I want to get the age and income of top 10 richest people, ChatGPT takes 30 seconds and gives me a raw string. But I can just get it as a Python code that I can use in my Python environment immediately afterwards. I can do all the data analysis I want, right? And since I have only 1 minute left, I already talked about our team. So our roadmap is that this year we're going to focus on our pre-seed round. We already passed the Miracle Plus interview, which is former YC China. They're giving us $300,000 US, and we're asking for 1 million this round. So that's like $700,000 left. So if investors here are interested, please contact us. That's pretty much it for us. Here's our team. We already introduced us. I worked at Microsoft Research. Like I prototyped their AI solution. So our team has a very strong background in AI. Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks King for the brilliant presentations. And now we'll have our judge Pantao to raise one question.
Yeah, hello Kim.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so thanks for your great presentation and idea. And we all know that it's a huge opportunity for such a product to meet the needs to writing code for startups or for common users. So my question might be challenging. So what are your advantages? So including technical or others advantages to generate high quality codes. So when you compare to the teams of GitHub or other teams who are working on this area, so generating codes, so and using LLM.
Yes.
And they have already had a mature product right now, right?
Yes.
So
yeah. So that is a great question, and I kind of skipped this slide. So we are a very different product in our opinion. Right now, there's a lot of code generation companies and code data on the internet, but they are doing different things. For example, GitHub Copilot, as you mentioned, and also like code data on Hugging Face. There is code data. Like the biggest code data on Hugging Face right now is called the Stack, and it has like 6 terabytes of code data, but only 27 gigabytes of them is Python. And these code are very random. Like they are scraped GitHub source code. And If you just look at one snippet, you would have no idea what it's doing. You don't know, you just don't know what it does, right? That's the nature of source code on GitHub. And these data are good for developers, for predicting the behavior of developers, but they are not good for code agents. Code agents are much more sophisticated than Copilot. Copilot only needs to predict what you're gonna write in your function, like what variables you're gonna use, what functions you wanna call. But code agents need to understand the real world. Code agents need to understand what's your demand for a product. Like your product is a website. Okay, code agents need to understand what the website is, what the website is for, and these real world reasoning and knowledge. And this area is just lacking right now in the space. We do have like code labeling companies like Scale AI, but they don't focus on code. They label natural language text, like whether it's racist or aggressive, that kind of thing, but they're not doing what we're doing at the moment. Yeah, and technically, we are kind of like our technical barrier is that we translate natural language text to Rust first, and we run sophisticated code tools, like a lot of code tools, for automatic refactoring and checking if the code compiles, checking errors. From Rust, then we translate to Python. So this is a difficult process, and if we get it done, it is a very high technical barrier.
Yeah, I got it. Yes, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks for the presentation from King and the question raised by Pantao. And next we'll have our project team Coral Finance to give us the presentation. And in the meanwhile, our judges please score the projects through the judging forms. And thank you for your cooperation. And so for the team Coral Finance, the representative can come to the front page. Okay, maybe we move to the next group first. So the next presentation group will be D Island. The D Island representative, could you come to the front stage? Okay.
Okay, can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, great. Let me set our screen. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is John, a co-founder of the Island Project, and I'm happy to be here. So in short, our project is aiming to be a fully on-chain autonomous game built on StartNet, where no one left behind. So throughout our study, and we have been through the big up game fair in 2021 with the rise of Axie Infinity and StepN and many more, we have observed on the pros and cons of a typical Web3 game has to offer. And we realized that one of the biggest obstacles that make GameFi industry unsustainable is the very high entry fee corresponding with fast and quick reward. Alongside is a not fully on-chain approach and a lack of entertainment game activities that could lead to unsustainable gaming environment. So with these problems waiting to be solved, we came together last year, decided to build the Island World. So the concept of the island is an open world consistent of many different islands. So each island is a unique dynamic NFT that has the ability to change the metadata stored within it, such as season. So as you can see an example here, this is one unique dynamic NFT and it can change into 4 different seasons. And with that type of flexibility to change the metadata, such as season, we can significantly create a lot of in-game activities that potentially help us to adapt and control the fast changing in-game ecosystem in a more sustainable way. Also, each island has a potential to build different small mini game that eventually contribute to the large ecosystem. Currently, we are using Dojo engine on StartNet and StartNet Unity SDK to build our mini game, and it actually really can help us to accelerate the process of building on-chain mini game. And by using Dojo and Sonnet Unity SDK, we can help us to widen our in-game activities, and it's play a crucial factor for a sustainable ecosystem. So our ultimate goal is to build the island become an autonomous world where we encourage small team and project to come and build upon us. So that's the concept of the island. And the big question we want to ask is what make our world ecosystem sustainable. So this is the concept we have been building for the last year come into play. This is called class of the island mechanism. So through the researching, class of the island is the concept of we dividing players into 3 different groups depending on their choice corresponding with their financial ability alongside with responsibility for the island world. So the first class is island owner who have supported from the early stage, who have the high financial abilities to own our unique dynamic NFT, and they have big responsibility for the wealth of our world. The second class is ship owner who also have good financial ability to own a ship NFT from marketplace, and they also have responsibility for the success of our in-game activities. And finally is the citizen who is the low financial ability or a person who just wants to experience the game without paying too much money, and they are willing to spend time and effort to thrive through in our world. And they also have big responsibility for the success of our in-game activity. So the rule for our class of the island is very simple. All the players, regardless of their status and financial capacity, they all share responsibilities and reap benefits within the interconnect circle of engagement. So let me give you an example of our very first game, what we call treasure hunting. So treasure hunting is just a very basic, simple click game where we showcase our dynamic NFT application, a fully on-chain game activities, and experimenting our class of the island reward mechanism. So as you can see from here, all the players have connected with each other in a certain way. So we start from Island Lord. They are the powerful people, have financial ability, but they have responsibility to provide living slot for their citizens and the ship owner in return for the living tax. They also have the responsibility to constantly upgrading the island to provide a better environment for their citizens and the ship. And also island later on can produce material that require citizens to collect it. So they need to recruit the citizen to do their job. Next is the ship owner. Ship owner, they also have the power and responsibility to prepare the ship to set sail on adventure journey, which is the main activities for our very first game. They need to recruit citizens, the more the better, to be the crew member for the journey through our ticket system. And they collect winning reward, share power bit for their citizen and island lord. They also have responsibility to keep their ship in a very good condition for better journey experience. And finally is citizens. They're the lower class or the person who don't want to spend too much just to play game. Yet if they are willing to spend more time and effort doing all the in-game activities required by island lord or ship owner, they can get the reward and accumulate it over time and thrive through in our world. So in general, our ecosystem design is a relationship circle that give benefit yet at the same time require responsibility. In this way, we can create an open world game where everyone has to invest a certain thing to maintain their playing status. Hence, no one left behind. And enough of talking. I think I will show with you our very first demo for the treasure hunting game. So as you can see here, we have built a web game by Unity, and we are one of the very first project who successfully deployed the game on web using Unity. And in here is we can connect a wallet on Startnet, play new game. And as you can see, this is the demo of the very first game where we set sail on a journey to explore our world. When we set sail, there will be a countdown time, and every action is a on-chain transaction that requires signature. And you can see from here, our clock is starting to count down to prepare for the journey. And when it sets sail, the ship will move on the direction that you want later on. And the adventure will, the first game you will see, you can move around to see the scenes, the world that we are building. And there's a lot of room still for development. And we, at the moment, we are currently building it more. So I can see here, there's some empty space, and for latest stage, we will build such a small island, different island with different mini game activities. The next goal is also to build a chat box for people to interact, communicate, and you know, create a good community within this. Yes. So as you can see, there's a lot of empty space that we open room for development later on. And let's end this on a good note. Since we have 1 minute left, we have a trailer of our game that we want to show you, so you can understand our world better. Thank you, everyone. This is the last of our presentation.
Okay, thanks, John's presentation. And now we'll have James to raise one questions.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty cool AW game. And actually, I don't have many questions, just one. Could you elaborate more about your tokenomics, currency tokenomics? Because I not quite understand how the people, how the token are works
Yeah.
in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So our at the moment, our tokenomic is a dual tokenomic model. So we have one main token, and the second one is the reward tokenomic. And the very first one, tokenomic, will be used for the reward system, also as well as the utility. And the second one, token model is, I'm sorry, the first one is using for the main activities, and the second one is utilities for reward system. And all the tokenomic is, as I mentioned, is on required for in-game activity that they need to re-up the token that they earn to reinvest in the game to continue playing it. Because what we realize is that through the pickup game fee in 2021, there's a lot of project that promise really quick and big reward overnight, and and that could easily lead to unsustainable ecosystem and tokenomic model. So what we're doing here is that we let people play the game, get the reward, but also they have to reinvest it to continue playing the game. Otherwise, they would just stuck in one place and they couldn't increase the reward over time. And also, one of the important note that we need to take into consideration is that the reward should be a progress, not overnight money. So that's the basic rule of our tokenomic model.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So meanwhile, please, for our judges, please remind to score our projects after their presentations. And we'll have our next project, Coral Finance, to give us a presentation. So for the Coral Finance team, you can come to the front stage now. Hey, for the Coral Finance team, you can come to the front stage. You can follow me. Hello. Yeah. Hey, you can come to the main stage.
How about now? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'll be sharing my screen. Are you guys able to see the PPT?
No, we can't see it now. You need to click on the TV icons located at below on your screen.
How about now?
Still cannot see it.
Now?
It's a screen share button. Turn screen.
So I screen share and then I go to. Please allow me 1 minute to set it up. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, no problem.
Well, seems like I'm not able to share my screen.
Maybe I can help you to flash out your presentation.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Is this slide?
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
All right, hello everyone. My apologies for all the delay. So hello everyone, I'm Ira, Coral Finance CMO, and thank you so much for having me here with you today to introduce our project and the solution we offer. So Coral Finance is a premium trading-based derivative trading platform, and we are here on a mission to tackle the challenges of creating sustainable DeFi liquidity and capital-efficient markets through a convenient premium trading mechanism that would tackle the liquidity trinity problem that I'm going to be explaining later. Can you help me to move to the next slide? Next slide. Next slide. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna give an overview of the whole market. So there is really a huge demand in the market especially for decentralized exchanges. They're really gaining momentum, and we can, when it comes to for trading volume, and then we can see that TVL growing, and there's no sign of stopping or slowing down. However, the liquidity is not sustainable. And that's why we came out with the solution for the liquidity trinity problem in DeFi ecosystem, because actually liquidity isn't really a problem when it comes to within DeFi. However, we need to focus more on getting like a sustainable liquidity. Next. Next. Please next. Okay, yeah, thank you. So the liquidity trinity problem actually it encompasses of three key challenges that have hindered the growth and sustainability of DeFi protocols. So First, we address the issue of mercenary liquidity. So in the past, liquidity providers were primarily motivated by short-term rewards. I believe a lot of people who were they are familiar with EMM, they already faced with that. So resulting in basically frequent capital migration. So whenever a better incentive scheme came, this created a lack of loyalty, and sustainability proved to be costly, especially for projects. So this led to token devaluation and an unstable ecosystem. So to combat this challenge in Coral Finance, we have developed an innovative solution to provide sustainable liquidity for DeFi protocol as we go beyond short-term rewards and implement a premium trading mechanism that incentivizes liquidity providers to stay and contribute to the growth by stability of the platform. And by aligning incentives and reward long-term commitment, we foster a more loyal and thriving liquidity ecosystem. The second challenge is tackling the inefficient utilization of capital. So traditional liquidity provision in automated market maker systems requires multiple assets, which actually expose participants to price volatility and limited capital efficiency. And then in our project, recognizing this inefficiency, we have introduced a premium pool where users can deposit a single asset as a collateral while enjoying a diverse range of trading activities. So this innovative approach optimizes capital utilizations, minimizes risk, and enhances overall market efficiency. And the last liquidity problem that we are tackling is the expensive incentive scheme. So in traditional methods, especially back in the day of DeFi summer 2020, the traditional methods of incentivizing liquidity provision often involve costly schemes and the issuing of native governance tokens, because every time projects wanted to attract liquidity, they had to issue more token to keep up with the competition, basically. So in Coral Finance, and this actually created and led to inflation. So in Coral Finance, we are offering a cost-effective solution, which is the premium incentive mechanism that will leverage the price differences to attract users and liquidity, creating a win-win situation for all. And actually, in liquidity mining, where liquidity is temporarily rented in return for rewards, creating an expense for the project, and the liquidity would just vanish in time of market drawdown. A Coral Finance solution is aiming to establish a self-owned liquidity pool protocol to handle market fluctuations more effectively through this solution. So we strive to revolutionize trading and enhance user experience by maximizing returns and creating a sustainable and resilient system. So now I'm going to explain you how the process works and how our solution basically are able to solve the three problems that the liquidity within the DeFi ecosystem is facing. Could you please help me to move to next? Yeah, here. Thank you so much. So our premium trading works in 4 steps. So projects, they need to start a premium pool where users, they need to mint what we call C token, valued around 3 times more than the original token. So the process is quite simple. So projects would like to use Coral Finance premium pool and our solution. They need to initiate a premium pool, and they need to make sure that the price of C token is actually 3 times higher, because we're gonna the difference of the price between let's say here we're giving an example of BTC. Let's say BTC is $1, CBTC should be $3 in order. So the difference of the price will be the way that we're gonna attract liquidity providers to provide liquidity. So, and the C token price is always determined by the scale of the initial premium pool. Again, so the premium system rewards liquidity providers using the price gap between C token and the original one, giving more liquidity and boosting holder confidence and helping managing token prices better. And this way, users earn high yield and can switch back to the original token anytime. So this is how the platform looks like. You can see here we have different mint strain tokens, and each of them has a C token that users need to mint, and the price of C token is always 3 times higher, which we refer to as a premium. So actually, the C token will be the C token once the user's gonna mint the C token, it's not going to be, they're not going to be able to trade it right away. It's going to be locked. And that's how the process works of attracting liquidity, because actually to unlock it and be able to trade and make profit, they need to add liquidity. And then this way they need to like choose from 3 options. Can you please move to the next slide? So as you can see here, for the add liquidity process, we, together with project, we discuss which options they could give to the users. And so here we have single-sided LP, C token, USDT, and each of the options has a different unlocking speed. And yeah, the price basically of the C token will be like changes based on the demand and supply. So in order for them to unlock the C token, they need to provide liquidity for one of the options. Again, each option has different different unlocking speed. Next slide. So as you can see here, like where you actually here, just to showcase that C token can only be traded in Coral Finance C swap. Yeah. So our premium pool offers a lot of perks, diverse trading and options, and actually less risk of big price swings, controlled token inflation. And actually, really, we do encourage active participation, and we keep risk medium, and we aim for long-term sustainability. So we believe like this mechanism can really create an exciting and lasting solution for both projects and users. And again, why we are Coral Finance is favored. We are backed by top like VCs. We have an extensive network with over 50 partners that accelerate our development communities with more than 50,000 users. And then what's coming next for us? We are currently preparing for our V2 premium design, and we did set up our community, sold our tender pass. Which issued 1,000. We already sold all of them. And then we plan to launch in the first quarter our IEO, and our V Coral proposal. And then next year, in the second quarter, we plan to launch our PAS 2 and Treasury Plan Premium Pool ranking, and our first real-world asset stock listing with some fund in Hong Kong and DAO voting. And hopefully the end of second quarter next year, we plan to reach 30K users in our ecosystem and $30 to $50 million in TVL. So thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please feel to reach out. And thank you again for giving us the chance to introduce Coral Finance.
Okay, thanks for the presentations. And now we'll have our judge, Josta, to raise one question for the project.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for sharing. Hello. I want to ask which platform is the Coral running on? It's layer 1 or layer 2 or new infrastructure, and how to have your solution to the multi-chain settlement, like you built-in bridge or dependent on other bridge solution? Okay.
So the first solution, so the first question, actually, we are built on Nottage Chain, a layer 3 actually platform, and then we plan also to expand to other blockchain like layer 2, like we're already talking with Sui, like the ecosystem, and also like other blockchains out there to be able to expand to more users. As for your second question, you have mentioned the multi-chain strategy, right?
Yeah, you want to build the multi-chain swap, like you need every chance settlement you dependent on a bridge, or which bridge do you your solution in your, or you?
So as for our multi-chain strategy, we do want to be able, so we already introduced a product called Cross Swap. I'm sorry, I didn't get the time to like explain the PPT. So this way, users will be able to exchange like different tokens. Like for example, let's say they want to trade BNB on the BSCC chain, for Matic on Polygon, or GMX on Arbitrum, so they will be able to do it like very seamlessly without the need to for any like they can do it like seamlessly. And currently we support like EVM compatible networks, including Arbitrum, BSC, Polygon, Ziki, and Avalanche, Optimism. So yeah, they will be so also we are planning to target different chain, and then we're gonna support more networks once, like, depending on the user's needs. So that's for our like multi-chain strategy. Hello.
Okay. So that this answered the questions from Josta.
Yes. If you have any questions, please.
So, any other questions from judges? You can also ask now. Okay, if there is no more questions, we'll be moving on to our sponsor speech from Bilson. So we'll welcome Penta from Bilson to give us a speech. And after that, we'll announce the projects that entering the top 3 in today's demo day event.
Yeah, so hello everyone, and thanks for everyone coming here and insisted at this time, and thank you, and thanks Moledao for giving me this chance to share topics about Web3 securities. Today my sharing just into 2 parts. So one is to introduce the Web3 threads, and the other part is just to give some security advice to the developers and project teams. So let's dive into the first part. So first part is about the Web3 threat landscape. And according to our data, so a total loss of $540 million was caused by smart contract vulnerabilities, and about $282 million was stolen by rug pulls in the third quarter of this year. So, and for the smart contract, there are many different types of smart contract vulnerabilities and related attacks. So, and common attack vectors such as regency attack, front running, and oracle manipulation often exploits vulnerabilities in smart contract code. So, ensuring robust smart contract security is paramount to mitigating these types of attacks. And we will show the latest events and also the corresponding attacks in the following part. So the regency attack happened on the stable pools of Curve Finance just on the July 33, and the root reason or the root cause is because it's the regency lock, which was implemented in the wrong way and in the previous version of Viper compiler. So the hackers can re-enchant to the add liquidity functions and to drain the funds from the pools. Another difficult issue is the access control, so access control can cause potential centralized risks, and also the wrong access setting can lead to potential attacks and loss. So just a very simple example is the burn function should be usually should be set in internal, and it can only be turned it can only be called internally. So yeah, and here are 4 common mistakes that developers may make when they implement the upgradable contracts. So be careful about your data storage and also function selectors when you are going to upgrade your contracts. And there is a vulnerability, and there is an example about the price manipulation. So you can see in this function, so this function is set as public, and anyone can use this function to transfer tokens from the contract to the fee collection address. Right. So here, so the attackers can just initiate a normal swap operation, and then to invoke this function to transfer all the tokens from one pair and manipulate the price of the underlying tokens. So that's a very typical example about the price manipulation. And also, business logic issues are the most difficult one to find and fix. So, and there is no effective detections about the business logic issues. And there are many complicated business logic issues were found just manually. So I'd like to say big thanks for those white hats. And that's what we are working on to doing the manual audits for many complicated contracts. And to enhance the security of your smart contracts, here are some security advice in the life of your projects. So first, please use mature code bases and also standard templates like the Open Zeppelin libraries in your smart contract, and do the test-driven development in your project development process. And after fully testing, please seek one or multiple smart contract audits for your code. And also, you need to have a contingency plan for your smart contract to handle the potential attacks in the future. And also, please secure the private keys and secure the access to your smart contracts. And yep. Unfortunately, if you got hacked, so please seek professional teams and also exchanges to help log or trace the funds. Yeah, so there's some best practices for the developers and for the projects. And for common users, so please be aware of phishing and also social engineering attacks, and also save your private keys and be careful about authorizations to different smart contracts, especially those who are not open source. So please stay informed about the latest security incidents and also security alerts in the crypto space. And yeah, so that's the very simple sharing about the Web3 securities. So, and thanks for listening. And also welcome to reaching us and also to enhance the security of your smart contracts and also the Web3 space together. And I think now I can hand it over to Aris and let her to announce the winners. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks Panta for the presentations. And now it's a time for us to.
Aris, I think you are muted.
Okay, thanks Pantao for the presentations. And now we have reached the pinnacle of the excitement as we unveil the winners of our incredible Demo Day event 4. Throughout this journey, we've witnessed the passion, dedication, and innovation that each team have poured into their projects. And now it's time to celebrate their remarkable achievements. Without further ado, let's discover our top 3 winners. In the third place, we have a project that has truly caught the judges' attention with its innovative approach and practical applications. The third place winner is Joy ID Passkey Wallet. And let's give a round of applause to this team for their outstanding work. And moving on to our second place winners, we have a team that pushed the boundaries and creativities for the technical work. And the second place winners is Gas Reimbues. And let's congratulate for them remarkable achievement. And for now, the moment that we've been waiting for, the first place winners. So this team has shown their unparalleled innovations, dedications, and teamwork. The first place winners of our 4th Demo Day event is GoSap. And let's give them a thunderous applause for their exceptional accomplishment. Okay, so to all the participants, judges, sponsors, and organizers, we thank you for making this Demo Day 4 events an unforgettable journey. Your creativity, passion, and commitment have truly evaluated the field of technology and innovation. As we celebrate these winners, let's also celebrate the spirit of collaboration and ingenuity that defines the Demo Day event. Okay, once again, let's congratulations to our top 3 winners and all the participants who have contributed to these extraordinary events, especially our esteemed judges. So let's keep pushing the boundaries of Web3 and AI and keep innovating and make a positive impact to the Web3 space. And we thank you for this journey, and let's make the innovation continue to shine together. And for the winning teams, you can contact any of our Moledao teams for the prize after the event. And we thank you for your cooperation for this Demo Day event.